We are celebrating the launch of this video game in downtown LA with a ludicrously big party.
I'm here just to see if there's any hot girls here, I'll be honest.
Tell us.
Have you ever wondered why there aren't many gaming launch parties filled with celebrities anymore? Launch parties are basically just parties that are held to draw attention to a new product and celebrate its debut. In the 2000s, different gaming companies and studios would often host these insane launch parties and invite some of the most popular celebrities, giving us some amazingly awkward photos. However, we don't see star-studded gaming events as often anymore, but why is that? The 2000s is where we see a lot of these parties. Sony, Nintendo, and Xbox all had launch parties and events for their new consoles as they came out. The PlayStation 2 and 3 both had huge parties filled with famous guests. Nintendo did the same with the GameCube, but they went a step above and had multiple parties like Nintendo Goes Platinum in Hollywood, California. And they even set up booths at events like the People's Choice Awards and the Latin Grammys. The launch party of the Xbox 360 was hosted by Elijah Wood and even had a performance by The Killers. This was indeed a launch party, but it was also broadcasted on MTV in 2005. Taking a detour from consoles, game studios would also hold launch parties for individual games, like The Sims Online in 2002, or the Fallout New Vegas launch party held in a Las Vegas resort. Halo 3 even had a launch party in 2007 where the Burger King himself made an appearance. A big reason that these gaming companies and studios had these star-studded launch parties was for marketing and exposure, of course.
Look at it! Look at it! Look at it! Look at it!
But they were also interested in shedding away the nerd stereotype that was placed on gamers, and to show that games are not toys, they are a form of entertainment. In a lot of these video clips, it seems like most of the stars aren't really a fan of the game or game console that the launch party is for.
At the Skyrim launch, obviously a really exciting video game going to be coming out. Do you guys play any video games at all?
We got our fill on the NES.
Oh my goodness. I can't take it anymore.
I think in the 2000s especially, video games and gamers were ridiculed way more than they are today. Back then, games weren't viewed as an art form, at least to most people. The general consensus was that if you played and enjoyed video games, you were either a kid or some man-child living in his mom's basement.
Most of the kids who play these games are basically trapped in basements. They're unwashed youngsters who smell like cup of soup, who never leave the house, look like they've got perpetual pink eye.
This is especially prevalent when looking back at the Game Awards from the 2000s. The way the hosts would joke about video games and gamers is not good.
You know, when they called me to host, I said, go f*** yourself. How about that? No, I'm kidding. I said, $50? Sure, I'm there. So here I am.
Ah, okay. Wow.
The more recent video game awards have been much more appreciative towards video games, mostly because the epic Macho Man channel Spike is not in charge of them anymore. With games and consoles released in about the mid-2010s to the current day, we don't see these big blowout launch parties as often anymore. It seems that most gaming launch parties and events now focus more on actual fans and usually invite people in the gaming industry. Celebrities are still invited occasionally, but mostly those who seem to respect video games. Now, this is not to say that celebrities in the 2000s weren't gamers, but after watching so much footage of these launch parties, it's safe to say that at least a lot of them just didn't care very much. Video game companies probably no longer feel the need to throw huge parties with random celebrities because video games are generally more respected now. People don't have to see Paris Hilton posing with a new console to make people want it, because more people are epic gamers now.
How about you douche canoes quit using the noob tube?
The photos that come from these events are hilarious, but I think gaming events should really cater to actual gamers rather than rich, famous people who may or may not even know what the event is for.
It's a party for Skyrim 3.
This is a party for Skyrim. It's Elder Scrolls V, Skyrim.
This is part 3.
I hate this channel.